Hello, I'm Dr. Shilpa Bansal Chavan. I'm a consultant homeopath and a clinical dietitian with a lot of experience of 35 years, with 8 years as a clinical dietitian, and a lot of success stories in the homeopathic field as well as in the diet field. National Award winner of Dietetics, also the India Inspirational Women Awards for medical services. I'm the founder of the clinic called Sankeel Multispeciality Clinic, based in Mumbai. And here is where I give my plans, that customized, easy to follow diet plans, and for to both online and offline patients. And I've delivered a lot of interactive lectures, as I told earlier, on various platforms like LIC, Deutsche Bank, Seniors Paradise, Lions, and at DIYA, at Gayatri Parivar. Also a CME for pharma, and for elite marathoners, and the wiki platform, as I talked about.
Can you tell us, I mean, that what are the set of challenges you have faced, and if you can highlight one or two, especially being a woman, and again, taking the leadership in this particular domain, and the expertise which you are having. Yes, doctor.
Yes, definitely. See, I have been a homeopathic practitioner for the last 35 years, right? So I have been practicing homeopathy, and homeopathy, has got a wholesome approach, right? So
Right.
during the treatment with many patients, I found that, what they were needing was a diet advice. So at that time, and believe me, no medical school teaches that. No medical school has got a subject which treats that. So diet and nutrition and things like that, we have to learn on our own, for whichever other sources we find. So when I found that this was the deficiency, where I couldn't help my patients, I thought that I should do something about it. And then slowly and steadily, I was reading articles, I was reading a lot of papers, and then I said, finally I'll do my diploma in that. So I did my PG diploma, and then I became Pakka dietitian, and I started giving advice to the patients, my existing patients, which is 3 generations at times, 3 generations. So to them also, that okay, along with this, if this is the issue, if you do this, this would be helpful, that way. Because I found that when I tried to refer it to the different people, they would be lost on the way, or they would somehow not reach there, and they were left out with that advice. So that was not the complete, the holistic approach. So to complete that holistic approach of my homeopathy, I learned diet, and I give the patients who ask for homeopathy, I give them homeopathy along with diet. Some people just ask only for diet, and some come for combinations, so I give them that. And with that, I have also worked, with the dedicated diabetes center, which had only diabetic patients. So, seeing say about 300, 400 patients at one go, in diabetes, right from a driver to a top lawyer at any place, maybe TOI or anywhere. So you get the complete range. Disease does not see anything that, oh, he's this, and so I should not come here, or oh, he's that, and I should not go there. It's not that. It is there everywhere. Everybody undergoes stress of different kinds, and so, they suffer. So we have to have an idea as to what type of diet is given to all kind of people, ranging from any strata of this. Because any medical issue can come to anybody. Nobody is an exception. So
Thank you
this
so much.
was
Yeah.
one of, these are the 2-3 challenges which I faced, that, making it wholesome, making it holistic approach to be completed, and everybody should get their, right advice of that.
All right, and one more related question, doctor, and that is regarding the time management. Wherein so what is your belief about time management, and what do you think? I mean, how someone should balance the working time as well as the social time, and time as a woman you should give to the family. So, what are your thoughts about it, doctor?
See, time management is a big word, because we have to manage time, but actually it is not that we are managing time. We are managing our likes, dislikes, priorities, and that is how we have to categorize. See, every day it will not be the same organized way of doing things, because every day will have a little something different in the priority. So you should be flexible. You should be keeping on doing the organizational part of organizing time with reference to your priorities. And you should cultivate that good atmosphere around, so everybody in the family is a help.
True. And
Nothing
so,
you can achieve alone.
correct. So
Nothing you can achieve alone.
do you use any sort of tool or anything where you manage your time in the diary, or you write diary or something like that? I mean, is there
Yeah,
anything else you do?
yeah, I just keep a chart, a monthly chart, and then
Awesome.
that day wise, and whatever important things are there and timings, I just write down, and I have a look that day morning that what is it, and then accordingly adjust. Sometimes it is overlooked also. It's not that every time everything is perfect, but yes, sometimes. And often I look into it and I try to follow it.
Superb, superb. So now I have two more questions, and the next question is, how do you define success, and do you think you are successful? If yes, why or how?
Actually, success is not a destination, it is a journey. So once you start on it, you don't feel that, oh, you have reached somewhere. Because the moment you feel you have reached, you have stagnated and your growth has stopped. Now, we as doctors have continuous medical education. So we are lifelong learners, first thing. And success is not a destination, it's a journey. So you have to go on. And if you do not update yourself, you will be ostracized, you will be out. So if you have to be out of the race, or if you have to be out of the field, go ahead and stagnate yourself. And if not, be a lifelong learner, give 10x values, give 100%, learn, and always keep your eyes and ears open. Because what could come from where as an opportunity, as a learning thing, you wouldn't know. And it is up to you to grasp it, to grab it, and take ahead with you.
Wonderful message, Doctor. Thank you so much. And being a woman leader, what message do you want to convey to women entrepreneurs or the entire entrepreneurship ecosystem, as well as the early risers or the startups? What message, one message, if you want to convey to all these entrepreneurship ecosystem, then what message it will be, Doctor?
Whatever you have dreamt, whatever is your dream, you know, give credibility to your dream, give substance to your dream, look it in reference to the practicality. Do not get carried away by, extremes of it. Weigh it and then put yourself into it so that you can receive it, you can go ahead with it, and you can fulfill it. And it is all hard work. Nothing comes on a platter. You have to work for it. You have to take help, and don't feel shy of saying that you do not know it. Something, whatever on the way comes, and if you are not aware, it's always you look out. Some help will be available from somewhere, and keep your helping nature. See, at times you have to act as a pro. Means you know that this person needs this, but he's not asked for it. But you can definitely, once you know and you found something like that, you can say, okay, see, I've got something like this. Are you interested? Leave it at that point. If he accepts, fine. If he does not, leave it. Sometimes you have to be reactive. Okay, you asked for it and this is it, and so please take it. So keep that helping hand, always open and giving, because you do not know that what is going to help you further or what is going to help that person further. And any help, it never goes waste. So don't do it with that motive कि हाँ मुझे इसके सामने कुछ मिलेगा. Just do it, and automatically things will be there. And you will be surprised at times to see, Arey, I was stuck up here. From where did I get this help? And it comes on the way, on its own.
There are list of questions, Dr. Shilpa, which I would really like to ask you. But before that, let us go ahead with your presentation, as we all are waiting for it very eagerly. So I hand over to you.
Dr. Shilpa
Yes.
Chavan, and this is the introductory slide. And I also want to be an aspiring health and diet coach. That is how I can, achieve my mission and vision. So let's talk about diet and nutrition. And we know diet and nutrition, no one is as busy in this world as it is about priorities. So once if you make diet and nutrition and good immunity as your priority, then I'm sure one can always give time to it.
I agree with you. And you are the best motivation for this.
Okay, so nutrition is the only remedy that can bring full recovery and can be used with any treatment. Food is the best medicine. Always remember that let food be your medicine and not the vice versa, that medicine becomes your food. So diet is not only what we eat, it's what we watch, we listen, we read, and what is also with the people you hang around with, because always the company matters. So pay attention to what you feed, not only to your stomach, but also to your soul. So true medicine, as we know, it does not come from a lab. From the lab, what comes is chemicals, and what is that we got to avoid. So what comes from earth. And as we see here, it is so colorful, the greens and the oranges and the reds. So all the diet is about, it's about all being colorful. I remember well that, I think it is recently during the Ganpati day itself, we had seen the rainbow in the sky, and all the colors were present, and it was after a long time, and it was very fascinating sight. So if those colors can attract us amidst all the, pollution and things like that, then in that case, what is so important as a triad of life, that is food. Why it shouldn't be that important? Food, why it should be like a dump? It should be something which is to be looked into, as we look into clothes, we look into the, our residences and things like that. So let it be that food be the medicine rather than it being reversed. And we know that carrots is good for eyes, tomatoes for the heart, walnuts and this. So the various other indications are given as to which is important to what. Next, please. Now, here is what is very important. As we see that I always use my tagline, eat the rainbow. Today also the topic is that it should be a rainbow diet. What does it mean? Rainbow diet, 7 colors, and there everywhere in nature we see color. In fact, if it is like that, if you're walking down the road and if you happen to see a, vegetable cart or a fruit cart, and you see it and you say, wow, this looks fresh, this looks good. This is mental note which everyone makes. But if a cock or if a chicken or anything goes by, you don't feel like looking at it, or even if you don't feel like, salivation. So what is very important is the color of the food, of the vegetables and the fruits is what makes you feel like eating. So one should also make an attempt to be a vegetarian or a plant-based eater rather than this. It's just a thought. Everybody takes their own call on it. It's okay. So the different colors, and one thing is that whatever we eat, if it appeals to our eyes, that is then only we feel like touching and taking and putting in the mouth. So the first thing is that we eat the food through our eyes first. And so the various colors which we see, they are white, green, yellow, orange, red and purple, and each has got its own importance and its own goodness. Now if we talk about white, we know garlic, onions, potatoes, all this, and they have their own plus points, like garlics, onions, they are having antiviral properties, and they are very useful during all these viral pandemics or in general, so that you can have a good immunity. Similarly, if we talk about green, all the greens, they have, you mentioned, and everything is present in the greens, whether it's a little of protein or whether it is the different kinds of vitamins, the different kinds of minerals, and the different colors which have antioxidants in themselves. And so, each is important. So what is very important is that we should have something raw and something colorful in the diet. Even if you see, the different kinds of lentils, the dals, what we eat, they also have different colors. So why mix them up and, make a one thing out of it? Let us enjoy each and every color with its own amino acids, that is for lentils or the dals. Similarly, let us enjoy each and every fruit individually rather than having juices or mixing them up. Let us individually enjoy each and have its plus points, which are mentioned, and as we will see in another slide, we'll know the details more. And similarly also with vegetables. So, and also for fruits, it's very important that fruits we should not eat as something called as the desserts. They should be eaten as, the fillers. And each and every fruit should be enjoyed, because sometimes the combinations are wrong and then the blame goes to the fruits. Like yellow, here we see bananas and the yellow capsicum and the corn. So why they are important? Because they have antioxidants. Now these antioxidants help us to remove what is called the free radicals. Now free radicals are there on the skin because of the oxidative stress which we undergo because of pollution, because of mental physical stress, and for various other reasons. And because of these colored pigments which are naturally present in these foods, whether they are vegetables or they are fruits, they have a lot of antioxidants, and they remove these free radicals and they make us feel healthy. And not only this, they have various other functions at the nerve level, at the brain function level, at the immunity level, at the heart level, at various other levels. Now orange we know they have a lot of carotenoids. They are very good sources of vitamin C, so again the immunity comes in. And we had seen in this pandemic that a lot of vitamin C was advised for people to treat, and even vitamin C other than that is a very good treatment for certain things. Next we go to the red color, which could be apples, tomatoes, bell peppers, capsicum, anything you name. Now these have got these pigments which are called lycopene. They are also strong antioxidants, and they also are heart healthy. The next we have is purple. The purple, it could be an eggplant, which is an aubergine, or it could be the purple these grapes, or it could be blackberries, cranberries, and many other berries which come into this section of purple. And this color again also has these pigments, and it has got, you know, the various other pigments which help, you know, to improve our immunity. Next slide, please. So the idea of now see green. If we talk about greens, see how many 9 to 10 important plus points are given. Like it is an essential nutrition, it is chlorophyll rich, it supports detox, and it is very good for heart and digestive health. It also strengthens immunity. Then it fights acidity, and it also gives us natural lot of energy, and it improves the gut health. The gut health is so important, because if it is not the true gut health, then the digestion is going to be an issue, and all people are going to have issues of acidity and gas and bloating and, you know, constipation and various other things. So even digestive enzymes and antioxidant properties, as I have been mentioning earlier. So green is so important, and green is so easy because it is so easily available. We see it every now and then when we go to buy vegetables. So all those green leafy vegetables, they are so rich in all these, and one should take this, because even if in some form or the other, whether you take it as raw, which should be an essential part of it, or sometimes it should also be cooked, you know. So both the ways you can take, but essential part is that some percentage of your diet should be raw. So if it is vegetables, it should be salads of different kinds. And second, if it is fruits, it should be individual fruits as fillers. And one should avoid the combination of fruits and vegetables, because again, that is no synergy in it, it's a mismatch. So please do not use those kind of combinations. Next slide, please. Now see, if we talk about green, spinach greens, we know, mustard greens, turnip greens, green peas, these are such common sources. What do they have? They have carotenoids. Now what are these? These are all antioxidants. Now antioxidants are so important, because they help us to remove those free radicals from our skin. They help also to cut down the oxidative stress which occurs in the body now and then, because of the stresses which we face, because of the pollution which we face at all levels, you know, whether air pollution or water pollution or food pollution and all this. Next slide, please. Now, if we talk about yellow, see, the examples can be yellow corn, avocado, muskmelon, a few examples. But what do they contain? They contain these kind of pigments, lutein, zeaxanthin, and what do? They reduce the risk of cataracts and macular degeneration. See, you cannot avoid cataracts, but you can obviously delay, or they could be just simple cataracts without complications, you know. So this is how the things help when you take. So it should be a mixed diet. It should have a certain percentage of raw things, and it should be lot colorful. And it's not going to be difficult that why and how it cannot be colorful. Color is everywhere out there, and we should just apply ourselves to use the color in the diet to make it colorful diet. Next, please. Now see, red. We have beet, examples, red apples, strawberries. It could be a turnip. And what do they have? Again, powerful antioxidants. Now beets, it's also a very good source for iron. Red apples, strawberries, turnip, all these things are important because they are some sources of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, basic ingredients like iron, you know. And where else it is not useful? It is useful in every part of life, whether it is for men or women. If women, for obviously it is very important because they undergo various phases in life: before marriage, during marriage, after marriage, when being a mother, and at the later stage, because they are the basic backbone of human families, nuclear families. And because of all that, they have a lot of stress in this. And that is why they should be having a lot colorful diet. That doesn't exempt men from not eating it. Men also. But just an example I've given of women. So basically, everybody should have a colorful diet which will mentally appease them, and which they will take through the eyes first and then eat properly, which will give them good digestion and many other plus points. The next slide, please. Purple. Now, aubergine, or what we call brinjal. Then the different kind of berries. So according to the likes, people can pick up their own, likes and have their choices. But what do they contain? They contain of anthocyanins, which protect against the heart disease by preventing blood clots. Now, it doesn't happen in a day. You have to have this and make it a diet, and it has to be over the period of time. So, and even water is something which you have to take very, very importantly every time, because that is the carrier in the blood which takes all the nutrients. Now, continuing with purple, see, it fights cancer, helps in kidney problems, in various dental problems, in different skin conditions, and also in mental health problems. So even mentally, if we see if there is anxiety, stress, depression, or even those diseases, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, which occur later on. So one has to have a good, balanced, multicolored, balanced diet to also find the mental health problems solutions to this. And if you keep on taking this, you can, always delay the things which are going to happen eventually. The next slide, please. Now, benefits of food by color. Now, I have already mentioned, I have shown you different slides of different colors, but just to reaffirm again, white, they assist in immune support. Yellow, because of vitamin C, a lot of other things they help in, and also in wound healing. Orange, they assist in cancer prevention. Red, they support for better health. Purple, they assist in longevity of life, preventing cancers. So basically, your food should be multicolored. Next slide, please. Now, the very common thing which we can take, for multicolored things is obviously, as I mentioned, the first thing, those dals, which we can make every day a different color. So we'll have a lot of variety, we'll have a lot of different amino acids, and our quota of protein will be complete, having 24 amino acids. Now, similarly, if we have fruits and vegetables, so in vegetables, if we want to have colors, then we can cook it that way. And if we have raw, then we can have various kinds of salads. Here, as you see, the green salad of peas, then here you see the chana salad with the different red and this. Now, immediately the red color strikes, what is it? Let's have a look. So, once you start eating mentally, mindful eating with colors, I'm sure everybody is going to benefit. So why should we have salads in our diet? That is a little raw thing, because they are nutrient packed. They make you feel energetic and agile. They keep you trim. They are quick to make and convenient. And even a novice can make, a person who's studying abroad. The easiest thing what he can make is a salad and eat, It could be appetizing and it is colorful. It helps you reverse and control diseases. And nutrients, as we know, they are spare parts in healing process, like wound healing, vitamin C. And they are perfect foods, means nature has made them in such a way that if you eat it properly, you're going to get a complete thing. There are not going to be any deficiencies, provided you eat it that way. Next slide. Earlier, yes. Now, as I always say, diet can be yummy. You have to eat the rainbow. So even the cooked food which you make can be colorful. Now, see, if you can see the different color paratha, this is beet, this is with curd, the green is with spinach. Now, if you see this bhel, it also has everything, which is the red, the whites, the greens, the coriander. If you see this item called idli, this is peas idli. Similarly, you can have this like the palak rolls, which has palak majorly with the other stuffings. And similarly, you can have kathi rolls, which is a wholesome food. So all these food, this is diet food, and it can be colorful, it can be yummy, and it is yummy. It's just that one has to apply themselves to it, and I'm sure you will get fantastic results in reference to color, in the reference to preparation, in the reference to eating, and obviously end result is good health. Next, please. Yes. So I thank you all for listening to me so patiently, through the different slides, which I try to make them colorful so that you can also eat through your eyes and get interested. And these are the different contact details through which you can contact me for any type of, the diet talk or for the diet plans if you are looking out for.
Thank you so much for your presentation and time given to this particular session. And yeah, so the very obvious question, and being a dietitian and a nutritionist, I would like to ask you. So, doctor, what are the one or two tips which you want to convey to our entrepreneurs or to the startups? Again, when I say entrepreneur or startup, so the kind of entrepreneurs, those who are working like 12 hours or more than that, and so do you convey any sort of tips so that they should every day should have a green tea, or they should have some kind of water, or any sort of tips you want to share?
Yes.
Please.
First of all, they should be well hydrated. They should be taking a lot of water. So they can carry the bottle, or if they are nearby, they can adjust. So water as itself should be properly taken, maybe 2.5 to 3 liters in a day. Not at one go. You can have small sips at a time and things like that. So first is hydration. And if you do not like that, you can have buttermilk. You can have simple milk, and other, you can have also the tang, and preferably not tang, but limbu pani, shikanji as they call. So, either buttermilk or shikanji, all ORS, because sometimes people do not have water for a longer time. And then there is depletion of different kind of electrolytes, which, gives them weakness, and they do not know why they are feeling tired. So if they have something like ORS and shikanji or buttermilk or normal water first, they can definitely feel hydrated and will be better. Second thing, they should definitely have something every 2.5 to 3 hours. They should not have long gaps of 5 to 6 hours, that subah khaya and raat ko khaya. No, please don't have lots of cups of tea, maximum 1 or 2 in a day. And even coffee for that matter. Don't start your day with coffee and don't end your day for sleeping with coffee, because they are extremes. You start your day, you do not feel good because your system has not yet started. And if you try to take it at the end, you're not going to sleep because caffeine disturbs your sleep cycle. Okay, so tea also restricted and coffee also restricted, as you can have it in a day, maybe 1 or 2 cups. But otherwise not at the start, at the end of the day. Tea you can have as a start, it could be a mild thing, and you can have 2 or 3 in a day, not every half an hour, not every 2 hours, no chronics.
Superb. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. And one more tip I would like, that they should also eat something, fruits, dry fruits is something which they can carry. They are easily carried, no issues, no getting wet, no getting dirtied, or any problems. And you can eat it the moment you're hungry. You just wash it, and with the skin you can have either the dry fruits or the fruits, and it will be fine, because it will keep you not eating stupid things. Stupid things I mean is that powder and XYZ, all the things which are available outside, which may be healthy, may not be healthy. And I'm sure that they are not healthy because the way they are cooked, the oils which are used, the other things which are used in it to mess them up. So if you go in for healthy things like this, it will definitely keep you healthy. You will have a better health, and you can go through your day with the startups, with your hard work, with everything. Thank you so much.
Super. Thank you. And one more question, which is again very relevant to you, because see, these days we see a lot of people are eating a lot of snacks and other things, wherein we call it like the sort of junk food, right?
Yes.
So do you can you just tell us that what is the kind of food which we should never eat, but you think people are eating in the society, or people are eating usually?
Yes. See, usually I have seen outside the industrial estates, where a lot of people are there for working, at their
Right.
various levels. What is very commonly found is that they eat the fried food, which is so easily available, right? So instead of eating fried, if they can go for sandwiches, that is a little common option available. Instead of having repeated teas, if they have something like, as I told you, buttermilk options, or they can have milk options, let it be packed. But if they are better options than having, things like fried food and, continuously boiled tea, which almost becomes like a waste. Instead of that, if they have buttermilk packs, or if they have, soya milk packs, these things would be helpful. They can also carry with them also at times if there is no availability. So the junk food, as we say, is the over fried food in which the oils and things are used. Even for that, if you say packaged food, you got to learn to read labels. See, one thing, what I simply say is, see, life has got tired of roti, kapda and makan. When you give so much of time to kapda, when you give so much of time to makan, then why do you make roti a dumping place? Or just कि जो आया वो खा लो and जो हो गया वो ठीक है? No. I understand hunger is a one thing there which makes us do that. But if we are prepared for that hunger, little planning, little organizing, just giving little time to it and carrying the healthy supplements or the healthy substitutes with us will definitely, help us to have even the tummy as a better reservoir rather than a dumping place. So they can have fruits, dry fruits, even seeds, and even, as I told you, the hydrating things, which are healthy, rather than having cold drinks and things. You can always have a cap, like as I told you, for tea and coffee. See, it is not that you do not have, but it is when you should have.
Correct.
Yeah. So this is
Superb.
how things should work out.
Superb. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Shilpa, for joining this particular session. Thank you so much once again.